ओके, मैंने दे दिया आपको कंट्रोल, तभी बोल रहा हूँ मोबाइल से भी आ जाइए साइड बाय साइड।
ठीक है, ठीक है।
लैपटॉप के साथ मोबाइल से भी आ जाइए, सो दैट चलो वो भी एक डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया तो दूसरे पे तो सुन पा रहे हो। ओके, नाउ विल डिस्कस अबाउट द टर्म restricted visibility. Okay, and restricted visibility is basically divided into two things. Visibility क्यों restrict होती है? तो देखिए, या तो कोई वार्म वेदर के कारण हो जाएगी, वार्म वेदर रिलेटेड होगी या कोल्ड वेदर रिलेटेड होगी, ये विजिबिलिटी जो रिस्ट्रिक्ट होती है। सो वार्म वेदर के एग्जांपल्स क्या है? आई कैन से दैट वार्म वेदर में आई कैन से डस्ट स्टॉर्म्स,
हाँ,
आई कैन से सैंड स्टॉर्म्स,
is
correct?
yeah,
And then I can also say माइल्ड टेम्परेचर का तो रेन स्टॉर्म भी बोल देता हूँ, क्योंकि थोड़े गर्म ही होता है तो रेन स्टॉर्म भी बोल दिया, इसी में रख रहा हूँ उसको, वैसे माइल्ड होता है वो। कोल्ड वेदर में क्या क्या होता है आपकी? फॉग, ऑफ कोर्स वी ऑल सफर फ्रॉम फॉग, ठीक है, वी ऑल सफर फ्रॉम मिस्ट, वी ऑल सफर फ्रॉम फॉलिंग स्नो। ओके, नाउ if you look at other similar causes, let us define what are these. अदर सिमिलर कॉजेज में क्या क्या आता है? तो अदर सिमिलर कॉजेज क्या होते हैं? बड़ा बड़ा सिंपल है। अदर सिमिलर कॉजेज में आपने देखा होगा, वेन एवर यू गो थ्रू मलाका स्ट्रेट, ओके, अगर आप जून जुलाई में जाएंगे, बहुत सारे जंगलों को आग लगा देते वो लोग, ओके, एंड ऑल द स्मोक इज कमिंग इनटू द स्ट्रेट, एंड सो आई कैन से द स्मोक फॉरेस्ट का, करेक्ट, that also can, or I can say smoke, factories ka धुआं, I can also say smoke coming out from forest, okay. And there is one more thing which MGN 369 defines, and MGN 369 defines about some things which are like this. They say if you are in port or you're approaching in a narrow channel or anything, so if there is a vessel which is coming from there, there is a vessel which is coming from there, and if it has been obstructed by some of the buildings, then you take it as a RV situation, and in this situation, as you are not in sight of one another, you still will be responsible, okay, under RV. Understood? Right? So
yes, sir.
that is what I am saying, that if you're not able to see the other vessel and the other vessel is behind any gantry cranes, any tall structures, anything, then you will take it as a RV situation. And mind you, if you think that RV and narrow channel rule is interconnected also in this sense, okay. So in a narrow channel, when you are nearing a bend, what is the signal you give? Maneuvering signal? One prolonged blast, right or wrong?
Yes.
Correct. And in the same manner in RV also, whenever you are making way, you give one prolonged blast, and that is how MGN 369 connects RV and narrow channel with each other, right? Understood or not? Narrow channel में क्या होता है? One prolonged blast देते हैं हम as per rule number 9. RV में भी when you are making way, you are a power driven vessel, you give one prolonged blast, and that is what it is. So it is also defined in MGN 369 that if you are not able to see other vessel and that vessel is behind some gantries or tall buildings, then what will be applicable? Then RV will be applicable, both will be given. Yes, when the vessel comes here, now you are seeing that vessel, so it becomes in sight of one another. So then you will take action of altering to respective sides, starboard and pass port to port. But till the time that vessel is not visible, she is behind the tall buildings, she is both are given, both have to navigate with extreme caution. Understood?
Yes.
Okay. Now that was part A, which just got over. Okay. Now what I want to say here is that part A is applicable everywhere. It is generic. It is general part, right? Part A is general, no?
बिल्कुल.
So it will be applicable everywhere. It will be applicable inside of one another also, which means rule number 4 to 10. It will also be applicable from rule number say 11 to 18. It will also be applicable to rule number 19 also. Correct? ये जो जेनरिक पार्ट है, यानी कि रूल नंबर 1 4 से 10 में भी लगेगा, 11 से 18 में भी लगेगा, रूल 19 में भी लगेगा. इसी तरह से रूल 2 4 to 10 also, 11 18 also, rule 19 also. And definition of course NUC RV में भी वही होएगा, अगर इन साइट ऑफ वन अनदर है उसमें भी वही होएगा, और बाकी सारी अदर अगर नहीं दिख रहा है आरवी में, उसमें सब में एक जैसा ही रहेगा. ओके, सो पार्ट इज एप्लीकेबल एवरीवेयर. नाउ विल गो टू पार्ट बी. ओके, दिस इज पार्ट बी, and this part B is known as steering and sailing rules. And steering and sailing rules have 3 portions. 3. So पहला बात करता है in any condition of visibility. Right? Then second is in sight of one another. These are section. And last one is RV. So there are 3 sections to it. First section is in any condition of visibility. Okay. Then you've got section 2, which is known as in sight of one another. And then you've got section 3. Now, section inside in any condition of visibility 4 to 10 rules are there. In this 11 to 18, and then you got rule number 19, right? This is what is there in part B, which is steering and sailing rules. Now let's define, start with rule number 5 itself. Rule number 4 is application. So rule number 5. And before I do rule number 5, I just wanted to tell you that, for example, you are doing a TSS. So there is a TSS over there. Okay, so we just defined, right? So this is TSS. So TSS rule will also be applicable and RV will also be applicable if you have TSS plus RV. अगर आपके पास TSS and RV का situation है, so you need to follow TSS also and RV also. What does it mean? That all the vessel will follow a TSS rule. TSS rule क्या है? You will go in a general direction of flow, right? You will cut at 90 degrees. Okay. You will not anchor inside a traffic separation zone if you're not in immediate danger, all those things. But the final action will be taken by rule number 19. That is what it says. Understood? So it will come again. So basically what is happening is, if you see 4 to 10 will be applicable in RV also. Right or wrong? लुकआउट आपको आरवी में भी रखना है, सेफ स्पीड आपको आरवी में भी रखना है, एक्शन आपको आरवी में भी लेना है, राइट? नैरो चैनल आरवी में हो सकती, आरवी नैरो चैनल में हो सकती है, यस. टीएसएस में हो सकती है, यस. सो 4 to 10 आर आल्सो in any condition of visibility. What he says, any condition. Any condition of visibility means it can be RV also, or it can be one in sight of one another also. In sight of one another also, it doesn't matter. Okay, let's define now rule number 5. Okay, rule number 5 talks about few things, and this rule is also called as look out. And many people have a lot of jinx about this rule, that it is only of, holding a binocular and seeing outside. No, that is not like that. Okay, so what does it says? It says every vessel. So I make a vessel now. So every vessel, okay, shall at all times maintain a proper lookout. So maintain proper lookout by sight and hearing. That is first part, and all available means. Okay, now whenever all available means come, remember guys, it will also add on a line called appropriate to prevailing circumstances and condition. Prevailing circumstances and condition. Let's now play with this rule now. So let's define this. At all times. Now I'm breaking the rule. At all times, proper lookout, sight and hearing, all available means prevailing to circumstances and condition. Okay, this is the important. Now, what is all times? All times means a bridge cannot be unmanned. That is what it is. As simple as that. All times means there has to be somebody keeping a lookout there. You can't unman a bridge, and that is what at all times means. You can't just navigate a ship without a navigator. Okay, it should not happen that all the navigators are inside the cabin and ship is going at autopilot. At all times means somebody has to be there to look out of the window. That is what at all times means. Maintain a proper lookout by sight and hearing. So what is sight? Sight is basically you are sighting it by your own eye. That is what sight is. And hearing is you are hearing it with your own ears. Okay, that's what the hearing means. Now, there is something called all available means. And all available means are defined as everything, every possible thing on the bridge which you can use. Okay, and this can be, say, I can say ACDIS, I can say ARPA. Yes, it will help me. I can say AIS, I can say NAVTEX. Okay, right or wrong? NAVTEX, absolutely right. You got what do you call?
VHF.
ACDIS आ गया, ARPA आ गया, AIS आ गया. So imagine, as Dalbir Saab says that he has not seen the bridge for a long time, but remember your officer watch time. So क्या दिखता था सर आपको? आगे जहाँ पे AB खड़ा रहता है, हम लोग खड़े रहते हैं. There is a AIS there, right? उसके पीछे अगर आप आ जाओगे, ACDIS are there. You got ARPAs there. You got AIS. You got NAVTEX. All right. You got your own lookout. So I can say your AB or personal lookout. Personal lookout, right? I can also say binos, binoculars. I can say binos are also there. Okay. You can also have
VHF.
trial maneuver. VHF is already not mentioned. Okay. VHF bhi aa jayega. Okay. So you use all available means. Don't over rely on them. Use them. Use them with taking into account all the limitations of these equipment. All right. Okay. And then try to use it and try to define, okay, what exactly you are looking for. So basically at all times means bridge cannot be unmanned. It should maintain a proper lookout. Somebody should be there to maintain a proper lookout. And this proper lookout is what? It should be 360 degree. It should not be like you are only looking ahead. It is like 360 all around. And by sight means your own eyes and ears. Okay. And whatever equipments are there that are there to help you, to guide you. Okay. And each equipment which you use, don't you think it will depend on what kind of prevailing circumstances the condition are there? Right or wrong? For
Right.
example, let us see circumstances are of two types. I already told you. Healthy, unhealthy shape and weather. RV हो गया. RV में आप क्या करोगे? RV में you will basically, what you will do? You will increase the manning level, right? And that is also part of your lookout. All right. Tomorrow, अगर आपने lookout नहीं बढ़ाया, so they will say where you were. We already reminded you under Rule 2A, ordinary practice of a seamanship precautions. We already told you again in Rule number 5 that you need to have lookout, you need to man with extra people, and you never did it. Okay. So that depends on your circumstance and condition. Maybe a bridge can also have a sole lookout, depending on you are in open water, you have clear skies, it is a daytime. So it depends upon your prevailing circumstances and condition. For example, there is a equipment failure. ARPA, one ARPA is not working, kaput. You need to increase the manning level, because if you don't have ARPA with you and you are going to a port of refuge to get it rectified, so basically at that time, you should have extra people on board so that they can detect those targets. So that is what it is, meaning that you need to decide as a master that what will be appropriate to use in prevailing circumstances or condition. Right? Okay. ठीक है. Can I go further? Rule 6.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we go to rule number 6. And rule number 6 means safe speed. Safe speed. Now, again, every vessel. So he says every vessel. I will make a vessel now. Now, again, he will make at all times. Proceed at safe speed. Proceed at safe speed. Okay. But why she is proceeding at a safe speed? So that she can be stopped. So one is she can be stopped and stopped within a distance appropriate. Okay. And she can take proper and effective action. That is why you are doing this, right? You are doing this because of only two reasons. One, you are proceeding at a safe speed so that you are safe, you can take proper and effective action, and she can be stopped within a distance appropriate. Okay, we'll define the distance appropriate also. What is that? At later stages. Okay, and remember, it will also depend on, again, something called prevailing circumstances and condition. What kind of safe speed you want to keep? Example for that is, for example, your bridge equipment is malfunctioning. Okay, you are in a TSS or a heavy traffic density area, so you need to come to a safe speed, right? Because anyways, your one equipment is not working, and on top of that, you are going at a full speed is not happening at all, right? So you need to do a proper risk assessment and try to see what best can be done to appropriate prevailing circumstances and condition. That is what it says. Now, there is $1 million question here that we always say safe speed. And what speed we should keep actually, right or wrong? We always say, "Arey, safe speed hai." Safe speed, there is no hard and fast rule in ROR which will tell you, "Arey, 4 knot rakh lo." यारे ओपन सी में जाओगे ना 10 नॉट रख लो. अरे कोई नहीं है तो 18 नॉट रख लो. Right? There is no rules like that in ROR. They say safe speed you have to keep. Okay, now it can be 4 knots, 10 knots, 18 knots. Now you decide what speed you need to get into. So a surveyor will ask you, how will you define a safe speed, or what speed you will get? Captain, you need to decide that. And for deciding that, you need to know some factors also, which you will take into account while deciding safe speed. What are these factors? Let us see these factors. And these factors are basically, if I tell you, the first factor is, don't you think it depends on loaded or light,
Stopping
what
distance.
speed you are going to make, right? Because it will affect your stopping distance, of course, as he's saying. There is one more thing. Don't you think it depends on your sea room also?
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct? How much sea room you are having? Maybe you are in open sea, maybe you are in coastal water, right?
Yeah.
There are many other things also. Don't you think it depends on weather? Of course, depends on weather also. Okay, for example, you are getting drifted off the wind, right? And you are doing a less speed. So, क्या करोगे? You need to increase speed also. Safe speed is not only decreasing the speed. There are many jinx in the mind of a people that safe speed क्या होता है जी? अरे reduce करके बैठ जाओ. ऐसा नहीं है. If you are getting drifted, for example, you must have seen sometimes your ship, okay, in a channel, it is not turning. So what they do? They use engine, right?
Yeah.
They use jet slow ahead. They're increasing speed so that your ship can be safe. Safe speed means a speed which can keep you safe, guys. As simple as that. Either you are increasing the speed or decreasing the speed, it doesn't matter. Did you get this line? Very simple line. Safe speed क्या है? सब safe speed वो speed है जो मुझे safe रखे. अब अगर मेरी यहाँ से wind है और ये मेरे को धक्का दे रही है और I am going to the other side of the channel, right? So I can say, अरे मैं तो 4 knot पे चलेगा, ये मेरी safe speed है. Slow speed ही safe speed है. No. At this point, maybe increasing the speed will become your safe speed. So the definition of safe speed is any speed which can keep you safe from all the navigational hazards. Okay, right? From all the navigational hazards, collision, that speed will be, or grounding. तीन ही तो चीजें हैं. Navigation is all about targets and UKC, right? And navigational hazards. तीसरा तो कोई चीज है ही नहीं. तो that is what is your safe speed. Many people say, अरे safe speed क्या? Speed which gives, speed where you can stop your vessel within a distance appropriate. ठीक है. Speed, you can define it beautifully to a surveyor, that speed which will keep my vessel safe, okay, in prevailing circumstances and condition, from all the navigational hazards, okay, from all the dangers of collision, okay, from grounding. That will be my safe speed. ठीक है राजेश जी, did you get that?
Yeah, sir, correct.
ठीक है, ये नहीं बोलना है अरे रिडक्शन है ये हुआ. अब वो बोलता है, how will you come to know as, how will you define your safe speed? So बोलेगा सर, I will take factors into account. Loaded है या light है, sea room कितना है, weather कैसा है. I can also say visibility कितनी है, right? ये भी weather visibility कितनी है. I can also say जैसे कंटेनर शिप है, विंडेज एरिया कितना है, राइट और रॉन्ग ब्रायन? करेक्ट. तो ये सारी चीजें भी आपकी आ जाएंगी इस पे. ठीक है. हाउ, व्हाट इज अ ड्रिफ्ट, ओके, करंट, ये भी मैं लिख सकता हूँ. Okay, so all those things are the factors. Now there is a golden rule which has been defined in many books. So बोलते हैं चलो ये तो factor है, but figure तो देनी पड़ेगी ना आपको. Tomorrow you are going to set a RPM on your vessel, right? So you need to come to some figure, no, of safe speed. So they say, as a golden rule, they say that safe speed is a speed. ये काफी पुराना चला आ रहा है ROR में, और यूके के सर्वेयर्स को ये बहुत पसंद है. Safe speed is a speed, right, which gives you stopping distance half the visibility. ठीक है जी। तो क्या बोलता है, ऐसी स्पीड रखनी है आपने कि आपकी जो भी विजिबिलिटी है, मान लीजिए 12 नॉटिकल माइल है, तो यू शुड बी एबल टू स्टॉप अ शिप हाफ द विजिबिलिटी, दैट डिस्टेंस 6 नॉटिकल माइल, राइट। सो अगर मान लीजिए आपकी विजिबिलिटी है 5 नॉटिकल माइल, ब्रायन कितने डिस्टेंस पे रुकना चाहिए जहाज?
2.5.
2.5 नॉटिकल माइल, करेक्ट।
हाँ
अब
सर.
मेरा यहाँ पे एक और क्वेश्चन है। अब सर्वेयर पूछेगा, अरे मैंने तेरे से स्पीड पूछी है, व्हाट यू आर गिविंग राइट नाउ?
Distance.
Distance. You are giving distance to me. I am not asking distance. I am asking about speed now. So where you will find out. So remember guys, there is something called, अगर आपने ध्यान दिया होगा, और वेटिंग में तो दलबीर सर को तो पता ही होगा, बहुत पूछते हैं, everybody should be familiarized with something called a maneuvering diagram और a wheel house poster. सबने देखा है ये?
हाँ सर.
हाँ जी। तो ये जो मैनूवरिंग डायग्राम है, आप उसके अंदर जाओगे, आप बोलोगे मेरी विजिबिलिटी कितनी है, तो हमने नापी विजिबिलिटी, हमें मिली विजिबिलिटी 6 नॉटिकल माइल। आफ्टर 6 नॉटिकल माइल I need to stop a ship within 3 nautical mile. That is what my rule says. So I will see the advance and the transfer going into that diagram. I will also see whether I am loaded or ballast. तो वहां पे ग्राफ्स होते हैं, आपने देखे हैं, ऐसे करके ग्राफ्स बने होते हैं जिसपे स्पीड लिखी होती है और रीच लिखी होती है, राइट, करेक्ट। तो वहां पे आप उसको रेफर करेंगे, आप बोलोगे अरे 3 नॉटिकल माइल पे मेरे को रुकना है, अच्छा जी, इसके अगेंस्ट जो स्पीड होगी, मान लीजिए वो बोलता है 5 नॉट पे जाओगे ना, तो 3 नॉटिकल माइल पे रुक जाओगे। एग्जांपल दे रहा हूँ, हर शिप का डिफरेंट होता है, तो व्हाट विल बी योर सेफ स्पीड देन? 5 नॉट्स, अंडरस्टूड। सो दैट इज हाउ यू आर गोइंग टू डिफाइन द सेफ स्पीड, ठीक है जी।
Okay.
So,
ओके, हाँ जी।
so if the survey asks you like define safe speed, so we have to give the like I mean, so what they want to hear this, which gives you stopping distance of half the visibility.
Yes, that is what they want to hear. So what do you tell them? That, sir, what is the safe speed? So how I'm answering is, just pay attention to this. So there is no hard and fast rule of a safe speed, and there is nowhere mentioned in ROR about a safe speed and how much a safe speed to be kept in any breach procedure manual also. However, there is a golden rule, okay, which has been followed by our ancestors or shipping people, that you should be able to stop the ship half the visibility. Okay, or you can also define like ये मेरी कंपनी की पॉलिसी है, कुछ भी बोल दो, क्योंकि they are not going to go into your policy, no. Then you say that, for example, sir, if it is 6 nautical mile, I should be able to stop a ship within 3 nautical mile. So with that, I will go and refer wheelhouse poster or a maneuvering diagram, and from there I will exactly find out what my safe speed will be. That's it. Don't give any figure.
So now we should not also give the factors also, these factors loaded
No,
or not.
factors you have to give. Factors you have to give that factors you have to give, sir, like कि ये फैक्टर मैं कंसीडर करूंगा सेफ
Consider
स्पीड।
करो.
फिर आप बोलोगे ये सेफ स्पीड में नॉर्मली फैक्टर हमारे पे गोल्डन रूल है कि ये है, और फिर मैं व्हील हाउस पोस्टर पे जाके टू गिव यू अ कंप्लीट आंसर ओवरव्यू,
Okay.
ठीक है जी। Okay, now let's see, safe speed is also defined by some factors, and these are by all vessels. That is the first thing. And then you've got vessels fitted with ARPA. Okay, so let's see what is the difference there, and what else we can define from there. So let's define. So I'm going to draw a line and then let's see how it goes. Okay, now आपने एक चीज देखी होगी, इसको एक स्टोरी की तरह याद करेंगे तो बहुत आराम से we can easily याद कर सकते हैं इसको, right? So I'm going to make a figure. Okay, so everybody has gone to some Brazilian port. Anybody wants to name any Brazilian specific port where you've gone? Santos सब गए?
Yeah, Santos.
Okay, Santos सब गए, तो मैं Santos रख लेता हूँ, Brazilian port, ठीक है। अब आपने देखा होगा Santos पे अगर आप गए हो, मैं यहाँ ये वाला पोर्शन यूज कर रहा हूँ जो दूसरी तरफ का है, यहाँ पे Santos पे, यहाँ पे Santos पे एक चैनल है, Okay, there is a channel over there. ऐसे करके एक चैनल है, वो घूमता है और ऐसे करके पोर्ट के अंदर जा रहा है, राइट? आपने हमेशा देखा होगा कि ये जो चैनल है ये बॉयज चैनल, मतलब बॉयड चैनल है, ऐसे बॉयज लगे हुए हैं, वो तो लगे ही होते हैं हर चैनल, और यहाँ पे ऐसे करके आप बढ़ रहे हो, राइट? सो लेट्स डिफाइन दिस. ओके, it is very easy if you remember like a story. Okay, it becomes simple. First of all is where if you go in Santos in say their rainy season, you have a lot of problem with the visibility. So the first point becomes state of visibility. State of visibility becomes the first point. Chaliye, very good. Now what is the second point? What is the second point basically? Just pay attention to this. Every channel, जब भी हम लोग जाते हैं, कोई ना कोई वहां मच्छी मोटर ना क्रॉस करने की ट्राई कर रही होती है. So and there are some vessels also which are coming down. So can I say traffic density including concentration
Vessels.
of
Yes.
okay fishing vessels or other vessels, small vessels? करेक्ट है कि नहीं? बड़ा इजी से याद हो गया हमें. पहले तो एक बारिश हो रही थी, मैं जा रहा था, स्टेट ऑफ विजिबिलिटी, फिर वहां से एक फिशिंग वेसल आई. ओके, तो मैंने बोल दिया जी फिशिंग वेसल और ट्रैफिक डेंसिटी इंक्लूडिंग द कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ फिशिंग वेसल, ये मेरा दूसरा पॉइंट बन गया. फिर मैंने क्या बोला, मेरे को यहाँ पे एक सेंटोस का बीच है और उस बीच से जब मैं जा रहा था लाइटें पड़ रही हैं आंखों में, तो मैंने क्या लिखा, बैक ओके प्रेजेंस ऑफ
Background light.
shore lights and backscatter of her own light. अब ये बैकस्कैटर ऑफ हर ओन लाइट क्या होता है? जो भी वेटरन सीलर्स है हमारी तरह, हमने हमेशा एक फिनोमिना देखा है, सेकंड मेट में देखा होगा आपने. आप जब आते थे अंधेरी रात में वॉच में, कई बार ना रिफ्लेक्शन पड़ती थी मास्ट हेडलाइट की आंख में, वहां पे कोई पंछी बैठा होता था, राइट? और वो पंछी पे क्या है, वो व्हाइट रंग के जो पंछी होते हैं सी बर्ड, उस पे जब रिफ्लेक्शन पड़ती है वो वापस रिफ्लेक्ट करता है आपकी आंखों पे. तो ये वही बात कर रहा है बैक स्कैटर ऑफ हर ओन लाइट. तो 3 पॉइंट हो गए जी हमारे. बारिश हो रही थी, उसके बाद मच्छी बोट आ गई, वहां से एक जहाज नीचे आ रहा था, फिर बीच की लाइटें हमारे आंखों पे पड़ी. उसके बाद फोर्थ है, आपने देखा होगा यहाँ पे काफी शार्प टर्न्स हैं, काफी ज्यादा शार्प टर्न्स हैं सेंटोस में. ओके, तो आप ये भी बोल सकते हो कि जैसे ही एबी चेंज करने लगा स्टीयरिंग, तो उसने बोला यार यहाँ पे ना बहुत ज्यादा करंट है, तो आपको वेदर याद आ जाना चाहिए, स्टेट ऑफ विंड. ठीक है, बड़ा ज्यादा सेट है, तो किससे होता है सेट? विंड से होता है जी, सी से होता है, राइट? करंट से होता है, राइट? एंड उसने बोला यार इतना ज्यादा करंट है, सेट है, कंटेनर शिप हो गया ब्रायन का, तो उसमें विंड भी आ जाती है. आप दोनों के जहाज हैं, टैंकर या गैस कैरियर, उसमें करंट आता है क्योंकि ज्यादा से ज्यादा बॉडी जो वो नीचे होती है. ठीक है, सी इट. सो दैट वेसल व्हेन यू वर मेकिंग द अप्रोच ऑफ अ सेंटोस, इट वाज डिफरिंग टू अ बॉय. सो मैं ये बोल देता हूँ, और अदर नेविगेशन हैजर्ड, करेक्ट, प्रॉक्सिमिटी ऑफ नेविगेशन हैजर्ड. अब फिफ्थ पॉइंट क्या आता है? मास्टर हमेशा एक चीज पूछता रहता है, कैप्टन अरे यूके से कितना है, यूके से कितना है? सो आई कैन से ड्राफ्ट in relation
Available.
to available depth of water, right? और फाइनली हम पोर्ट में क्यों जाते हैं जी? बर्थिंग के लिए जाते हैं. तो लास्ट में क्या आ जाता है? मैन्यूरेबिलिटी ऑफ वेसल with special reference to
Stopping distance.
stopping distance, okay, and turning ability. ठीक है, कैसे वो टर्न हो रहा है एंड कैसे वो रुक रहा है. ठीक है, तो इसको फिर से एक स्टोरी की तरह याद करता हूँ. सेंटोस में जा रहे थे, बरसात हो रही थी, स्टेट ऑफ विजिबिलिटी, मच्छी बोट को देखा, ट्रैफिक डेंसिटी इंक्लूडिंग कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ फिशिंग वेसल. जैसे ही मोड़ काटने लगा, बीच की लाइटें मेरी आंखों पे पड़ी. सो प्रेजेंस ऑफ शोर लाइट एंड बैक स्कैटर ऑफ ओन लाइट. उसके बाद मैं एबी जो था, एबी ने दूसरे एबी को हैंड ओवर करने की बारी आई तो बोला यार करंट बहुत है, बच के रहो, ये जो बॉय है इसको मैं ठोकते ठोकते बचा. तो स्टेट ऑफ विंड, सी करंट और नेविगेशन हैजर्ड. उसके बाद कैप्टन ने पूछा, अरे हेलमेट व्हाट इज द यूकेसी ड्राफ्ट इन रिलेशन टू अवेलेबल डेप्थ ऑफ वाटर. एंड लास्ट में जब बर्थिंग होने लगी, टग्स शिप को घुमाने लगी, तो मैन्यूरेबिलिटी ऑफ वेसल इंक्लूडिंग स्टॉपिंग डिस्टेंस एंड टर्निंग एबिलिटी. और स्टॉपिंग डिस्टेंस क्या होता है आपका, आप हमेशा देखना आपके कार्ड में, पायलट कार्ड में अस्टर्न पावर लिखी होती है, अहेड पावर. वो किस लिए होती है? दैट इज वेरी वेरी सिग्निफिकेंट टू सी दैट आप कितना रोक सकते हो. ओके, इफ योर astern power is less than ahead power, then you should be very very careful, especially in container ships. Brian,
Yeah.
I've seen many Korean ships जहाँ पे 27% भी होती है of ahead power. For big ship it is too low, right? So you
Correct.
need to be continuous in the ears of say pilot कि अरे pilot भाई जो सेंटर लीड टग तूने जो पीछे लिया है, प्लीज उससे थोड़ा खिंचवा ले और स्टॉप कर दे इंजन, या जो भी, डिपेंडिंग ऑन योर, you don't want to drift also, no? So depending on your what speed you want to keep while approaching. Understood?
Right.
Okay, so that is what it is. So you can remember it like a story now.
Yes, yes.
So it is simple. Now ARPA में क्या है? कुछ भी नहीं है. जो यहाँ पे लिखा है सब वही सब यहाँ पे डिफाइन होगा. देखिए, what was the first point there? State of visibility. ठीक है, तो मैं आगे पीछे कर रहा हूँ पॉइंट so that you can just remember. Nobody gives a damn of what is a sequence of points until you can quote that. State of visibility, आप ARPA fit हो तो more exact assessment कर सकते हो visibility का.
Yes.
तो मेरा ये पहला पॉइंट हो गया कि अगर ARPA से फिट है तो I can make more exact assessment of visibility, right? You will acquire the target. How you do that? So you acquire the target and then you see, अरे नजर से दिख रहा है 6 माइल, right? That is how we do it. Second है आपका ट्रैफिक डेंसिटी. तो आप याद रखिए, आपके यहाँ पे साइड पे एक टारगेट डाटा का बॉक्स चलता है. ब्रायन, उसमें क्या क्या होता है? उसमें टारगेट का नंबर होता है, उसमें टारगेट की जीपीएस लोकेशन भी होती है, राइट? और उस पे टारगेट, और आरपा में ये भी पता लग जाता है, टीसीपीए सीपीए तो होता ही है. खैर आरपा में यहाँ पे आप प्लेस होते हैं तो रिलेटिव लाइन ऑफ अप्रोच भी दिख जाती है. बिल्कुल. तो मैं ये लिख सकता हूं कि ट्रैफिक डेंसिटी का मेरा सेकंड पॉइंट हो गया, नंबर, लोकेशन एंड मूवमेंट ऑफ वेसल कैन बी डिटेक्टेड बाय रेडार. करेक्ट और नॉट?
Yeah.
ये मेरा दूसरा पॉइंट हो गया. मैंने कुछ नहीं किया, वहां से ट्रैफिक डेंसिटी थी तो मेरे को याद आया, अरे ट्रैफिक डेंसिटी, अरे यार आरपा हो तो मैं ट्रैफिक का ऐसे पता लगा लूंगा, नंबर का. टारगेट में नंबर आता है, इससे आप सेपरेट करते हो टारगेट को. जीपीएस लोकेशन आती है, लोकेशन होगी एंड मूवमेंट ऑफ वेसल कैन बी डिटेक्टेड बाय आरपा और रेडार और व्हाटएवर. ठीक है जी. अब मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है आपसे, क्या रेडार सारी चीजें डिटेक्ट करता है?
No.
The answer is no, right? So you will say, okay, possibility that all, थोड़ा सा फिर से लिख देता हूँ, possibility that small vessels, okay, those are poor targets. wooden boats ये poor target है, इको नहीं देती है. आइस होगी, floating ice, okay, ठीक है. and what do you call other floating objects may not be detected by radar at adequate range. करेक्ट हो गया जी, ये भी इससे कनेक्टेड ही है. अब आप अगर छोटे जहाज हैं और आपको तकलीफ आ रही है एक्वायर करने के लिए, तो आप क्या करेंगे? देयर इज अ बटन, राइट? सबने देखा है बटन, एक प्लस माइनस का बटन रहता है. यू शुड कीप शिफ्टिंग बिटवीन द रेंजेस. Okay, so you should go to 12, you should come to 6, 3, then keep shifting. Or if there are two ARPAs which you are using, both should be on a different
Range.
scale altogether. So any constraint imposed on radar range scale in use. ये आपका चौथा पॉइंट हो गया. अब बात करते हैं सिर्फ आरपा की. आरपा को किस किस चीज का अफेक्ट पड़ता है? ऑफ कोर्स अगर यहाँ अगला है मेरा स्टेट ऑफ विंड सी करंट, इसको भी पड़ता है. अब दो बटन होते हैं वहां पे सर, एक रेन होता है, एंटी क्लटर, राइट, एक सी होता है. तो मैं पहले तो ये लिख देता हूँ, अफेक्ट, ओके, अफेक्ट ड्यू टू सी स्टेट, राइट, वेदर and other sources of interference. और other sources of interference क्या होती है? मान लीजिए other sources of interference, मान लीजिए कोई और रेडियो वेव्स है उस एरिया में, ओके, and then that is disturbing, और वो डिस्टर्ब कर रही है, ठीक है, वो आपको डिस्टर्ब कर रही है, तो other sources of interference will also come into picture there. ठीक है जी, ठीक है. So we move to the next one. ये एक मिनट, थोड़ा यही हो गया ये, प्लीज. Okay, what is the next one? So you've got, एक मिनट, I will ये नोट कर लिया ना आपने, ये तो रिकॉर्ड ही है वैसे भी, है ना?
Yeah.
I need to stop sharing and then share again. Okay, now you got another. So मैंने आपको बताया था effect of C state and everything, right? And now we will go to the last, what is called characteristic efficiency and last में you got limitation. डोंट यू थिंक आपको ये सब भी देखना पड़ेगा आपका सेफ स्पीड करने के लिए? आपका सेफ स्पीड डिफाइन करने के लिए आपको देखना पड़ेगा सबसे पहले आप एक्सपेंड यूज कर रहे हो और एस्पेंड. ये इसकी खासियत है, राइट? ओके, व्हाट इज द एफिशिएंसी? एफिशिएंसी कैन बी चेक्ड बाय परफॉर्मेंस मॉनिटर व्हिच इज डन एवरी वॉच as per method. Okay, and then limitation can be anything. It can also happen like your magnetron is very old. ये भी हो सकता है जी, मैग्नेट्रॉन ही बहुत ओल्ड है, करेक्ट. एक और रीजन भी हो सकता है जी, आपका ब्लाइंड सेक्टर हो सकता है जी, ठीक है, उसमें आप डिटेक्ट ही नहीं कर पाओगे. सो ये सारी लिमिटेशन है. लिमिटेशन में और भी बड़ी सारी चीजें आती है. टाइम लैग होता है जी, आरपा में आपको पता होना चाहिए. उस हिसाब से आप सेफ स्पीड अपनी डिफाइन करेंगे. जैसे जैसे मैग्नेट्रॉन ओल्ड होगा वैसे वैसे पुअर क्वालिटी ऑफ इको आपके पास आएगी और उसपे काफी ज्यादा टाइम लैग भी होगा. सो ये सारी चीजें लिमिटेशन ऑफ जो रडार हो सकती है. टारगेट स्वैप हो सकता है जी, दो टारगेट मिलके एक टारगेट दिखा रहे हैं. So all these are limitation that also you need to keep into picture before defining your safe speed. Did you get that or not?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was regarding rule number 6. Okay, and let's go to rule number 7 भी कर ही लेते हैं आज, rules अगर वक्त है तो. Rule 7. What is Rule 7 now? Rule 7 also, यहाँ से अब आपका शुरू होता है खेल असली, and this is risk of collision. Risk of collision, and it says every vessel shall use all available means prevailing to circumstances and condition. मैंने आपको पहले ही बोला था जहां पे all available means आएगा सर, वहां पे prevailing circumstances condition आएगा ही आएगा. तो वही आया है, ठीक है जी, बिल्कुल वही आया. और prevailing circumstances and condition to determine if the risk of collision exists or not. So it is your duty as a master or officer of watch to determine that risk of collision is existing or not, and you can use all available means for that, prevailing to circumstances and conditions. You can use all available means, okay, prevailing to circumstances and condition, okay, prevailing to circumstances and condition. And they say, if you are in doubt, the slightest doubt, you take it as a ROC situation. Take it as a ROC situation. Okay, if you are in doubt, slightest doubt, take it as a ROC situation. The risk is deemed to exist. It says the risk is deemed to exist. All right?
Yeah.
Happy with that? Rule number 7A. So if you think that anything, if you think that you're still thinking whether it is existing, not existing, you take it as a ROC situation and act accordingly. Now, what does part B says? It says if your vessel is fitted with radar, and if it is operational, please use it for long range scanning. Please use it for long range scanning. And what is long range scanning? It is used to obtain early warning. That is what is your duty to do. Okay. And if, for example, you are only having, say, radar, and you are doing long range scanning by pressing plus minus button on radar, you are doing it perfectly, no happily. Okay. Now, what you need to do is you also need to do a radar plot, right? Right or wrong? Without a radar plot, you will not be able to tell that what is a TCP or a CP, or what time it will be the closest and what distance it will be the closest. So that is not there. So you need to do a radar plot, or you can also use equivalent system. Equivalent system क्या हो जाता है? ARPA, या तो ARPA यूज कर लो जो सब बता दे आपको, right? You can also use trial maneuver. Okay. There is also a function of, say, time. Okay, time का भी एक function रहता है उसमें, time lapse ECDIS पे. Okay, it's not about your Apple time lapse. It is about there is a bar over there in ECDIS, so you can actually, वहाँ पे timing होती है, say 0, 6, 12, whatever, 18. So you scroll on that bar. आप उस bar पे scroll करते हो तो सारी की सारी आपकी how, considering your present speed, how you will move, how the other targets will move, considering their present heading and speed, it will come to know that whether how the vessels will pass with respect to your vessel. All right, so you can use that also. Okay, all the equivalent system I'm talking about. Understood? You can also use a combine of radar and AIS, which will also give you a picture of whether you and how you will be passing. Correct? Understood? So all these are equivalent systems. Then number C. Number C is very important because we will use this 7C in what do you call our RV also. What they are saying is assumption shall not be made. On scanty info, एक तो ये चीज बोलता है, right? Especially now there is a special mention, especially scanty radar info. Okay, and it has separated both. Okay, क्या क्या बोलता है जी? पहले बोल रहा है scanty radar info और scanty info, right? Understood. So assumption shall not be made on a scanty info, especially scanty radar info. Now there are two things here. Scanty information can be anything. For example, your personal lookout can give you wrong feedback because he is not properly trained. Your AB has not read ROR. He can tell you, "Arey sir, ek jahaz hai." Don't you think that is a scanty information from you? Because he is not exactly told you what kind of vessel it is. Because if you don't know what kind of vessel it is, you can't define responsibilities between the vessel, right or wrong?
Correct.
Correct? Okay. So same thing. अगर आपके AB आपको बोल रहा है, अरे सर एक जहाज है. Now you need to figure out what that vessel is. For example, you are on a sailing vessel and the other vessel is power driven. You know whose responsibility is what. So that becomes a scanty information. VHF information can also be scanty because you don't know which vessel is the with whom you are talking to on the other side, right or wrong. Correct?
Correct.
कई बार ऐसा हुआ है कि you agreed for altering to starboard, but you come to know that you were talking to some other ship. Okay, it has happened to me personally also. When there was a ship which was crossing, I called that ship and I asked that MV blah blah blah, please alter. Then suddenly I hear the noise of a batchmate. Then I told Are. Then we started talking college stuff, and when we were very near, then I asked him that Are, now you alter here. He said no, I am behind you. I was in an impression that he was ahead of me and he was crossing. So that is how I have interpreted VHF info also. So VHF information is also wrong. AIS, yes, I have seen many ships, like for example, lesser ships which can put AIS, and now there is a cheaper AIS available in China also. And if you go to China, there are no vessels, but you will see a cluster of AIS. That also becomes a scanty information, right? Now, what is scanty radar information? Now, remember that in the orals, whenever you will be doing, say, any kind of, okay, so let me erase that. Let me come back with, okay, so, okay, I have to draw it like with the head also. Okay. So you got this. You got your radar and you got here. So they will show you the first dot, right? The surveyor is going to show you the first dot, and that is O, right? So you as an officer of watch, you are thinking, oh, right? What is this? And then you get a second blip. So when you see the first blip, you will say to surveyor, sir, it is a scanty radar information as per 7C. ठीक है, राजेश जी? Okay. Scanty radar information, you will say, oh, so scanty radar information will be the first. Second blip, and then you got the third blip. So then you will say, in the end, when you get the last blip, you will say, I got it. Okay. And then in between, so that is the first reaction, that is the second reaction. That is why you get from A to B, right? ठीक है जी? O to A you get. This is your line of approach, always. Ab, first blip you will see scanty information as per 7C. Then you will say, second blip, I will start or I will commence systematic radar plotting. And once you get the final plot, you will say, I will complete the plot. So if this is your course, you will actually, depending on speed and all that, you will cut, and then you will join the arrows also. Okay, so that arrow, this arrow, and of course that your course. And then you will take action. Otherwise, you will say no to the surveyor. Okay, even if he shows you this, okay, even if he shows you this OA, okay, and he shows you the arrow also, okay, then also you'll say it is still a scanty information. I am not going to take action on depending on that. Understood?
Yeah.
Okay, so if he shows you arrow also, then also you will not take action depending on that. Okay, ये तो हो गया जी आपका, ये तो हो गया आपका, ठीक है। अब बात करते हैं, how will you define ROC situation? How will you define ROC situation? So remember that it is very very simple. बोलता है पहली लाइन में, the risk of collision will exist if your bearing does not appreciably change. ये बोलता है, can I write it if the bearing is constant and if your range is decreasing, you are in a mess? Right or wrong? As simple as that. Correct? That is what English में ये बोलता है, that such a risk shall be deemed to exist if compass bearing does not appreciably change. Okay, if compass bearing of an approaching vessel does not appreciably change. So मेरा क्या मानना है, if the bearing is constant and range is decreasing, ROC will be existing. As simple as that. And second ये बोलता है that even if you are basically, say, even if the bearing is changing, still the ROC will exist in two conditions. For example, you have a big vessel like this and you are a small vessel, right? Bearing is changing, but you are so small and that vessel is so large that bearing change also is not helping you out. All right, bearing change is also not helping you out. So don't you think I will say, oh, bearing change is evident, but still the risk of collision exists if I am at a close range and I am approaching a large vessel, or if I am approaching a large tow. Okay, at a close range. Then bearing change also. Okay, I might have bearing changes, but again the risk of collision might exist. Did you get that or not?
Yeah.
Now, where to take the bearing now? That is also a problem. ये आपका जहाज है और ये एक जहाज यहाँ है, इस पे आप हो. This is you. Just a second. Again, there is a problem. Okay, so there is one ship over here, and you've got another ship over here. So where you take the bearing from, Rajesh ji? कहाँ से लेंगे?
सेंटर में लेंगे सर.
सेंटर में लेंगे. चलिए. हाँ ब्रायन, कहाँ पे?
अच्छा,
Where you will take the bearing, Brian? बताइए.
सेंटर से लेंगे.
Sorry?
सेंटर.
Center. Okay जी. तो याद रखना, the answer is wrong. This answer is also wrong. You can't take it from the center. Some people say we will take it from the best, best, whatever is large apna structure. No. You will take the bearing from the closest point, sir. Which is the closest point now, at that moment. Whatever is the closest point at that particular moment, you will take the bearing from there. So in this case, मेरा closest point कौन है साहब?
Oh.
अभी बाव है. तो मैं पहले बाव से लेगा, जब ये जहाज यहाँ आ जाएगा तब मेरा क्लोजेस्ट पॉइंट
Done.
टर्न हो गया, तो मैं वहां से लूंगा. डिड यू गेट दैट और नॉट?
Yes,
एंड
sir.
दिस इज नॉन एज क्लोजिंग बेयरिंग and this is known as opening bearing. ठीक है जी? Okay, so that was regarding your rule number 7. Okay, अब बात करते हैं जी रूल नंबर 8 की. उसको डिफाइन करते हैं, आज का लास्ट रूल. और रूल नंबर 8 पे देखते हैं कि क्या हो रहा है वहां पे. रूल नंबर 8 है जी एक्शन टू अवॉइड कोलिजन. एक्शन टू अवॉइड कोलिजन, तो याद रखिए इसका पहला पार्ट ये बोलता है एनी एक्शन, whichever action you will take to avoid collision, okay, any action which you will take to avoid collision should be in accordance to rules of this part. Right? So if you are taking any action in section 1, section 2, okay, section 3, all the actions in section 1, section 2, section 3 will be under this rule. Okay, and you should make a large, sorry, you should make, again it is connecting you to rule number 2. You should take a positive action. It should be made in an ample time and under observance of good seamanship. ठीक है, तो ये don't you think it is connecting you or taking you back to rule number 2 where they said अरे एक्शन लेना तो अंडर ऑब्जर्वेंस ऑफ गुड सीमनशिप. Same thing, that your action should be positive, your action should be made in an ample time, okay, keeping time in hand and under the observance of a good seamanship. ठीक है जी. अब याद रखना, जब भी आप एग्जाम में एक्शन लोगे तो रूल 8 के हिसाब से आप एक्शन लोगे. और रूल 8 पे एक सीक्वेंस है. अगर आप देखो रूल नंबर 8 को ध्यान से, तो उस पे एक सीक्वेंस है. पहले ये बात करता है ऑल्टरेशन के बारे में, फिर ये बात करता है स्पीड के बारे में. तो जब आप एग्जाम में आंसर दोगे, फर्स्ट यू विल हैव टू थिंक अबाउट ऑल्टरेशन. अगर ऑल्टरेशन से काम नहीं बन रहा तो रिडक्शन, और लास्ट में do whatever you want to save collision. Okay, do whatever it takes to save collision. And what does it mean? It means you can do crash stop, you can do a stern propulsion, you can do anything, okay, to safeguard your ship. Did you get that or not?
Yeah.
Understood. अगर आप रूल 8 को देखें, पहले ऑल्ट्रेशन बोलता है, फिर ऑल्ट्रेशन की भी एक कंडीशन उसने डाली हुई है, सफिशिएंट सी रूम, फिर वो बोलता है रिडक्शन कर लो, फिर वो बोलता है कुछ भी करो कोलिजन बचाओ. राइट? यही सीक्वेंस है. करेक्ट और नॉट?
Right.
राइट?
Yes.
Okay, now second part, what they are saying is that whatever action you are taking, whether alteration or alteration of speed, alteration of course, alteration of speed, right? It should be large enough. It should be large enough. Small alteration of course should be avoided. Chota chota alteration, you should avoid it. All right. Then it says if you have a sufficient sea room. If you have a sufficient sea room, alteration of course is the best action. Okay, and you should take alteration. You should do alteration in such a way that you should not end up in another close quarter situation. Right, in a close quarter situation. Okay जी, अब
Yeah.
चलते हैं part D. What it is saying is part D. Whatever action you take, whatever action you take, it should result in safe passing distance. It should result in safe passing distance. Again, pen नहीं चल रहा. Okay, so it should result in safe passing distance. What is safe passing distance? Rajesh ji, how you will define safe passing distance to surveyor?
So at least passing ahead, at least to 3 mile to 3 mile.
Okay, so you have to give some figure though. So where you will, how will you give safe passing distance? Remember guys, safe passing distance you will tell to surveyor कि भैया मेरे BPM में लिखा हुआ है. Okay, and in everybody's BPM बड़ा clearly लिखा होता है. क्या लिखा होता है जी? ओपन सी में कितना सेफ डिस्टेंस है? ठीक है, तो हो सकता है 2 नॉटिकल माइल एंड टीसी पे शुड बी 20 मिनट्स. ये आपका टाइम हो गया, बट यहाँ डिस्टेंस पूछ रहा है, तो 2 नॉटिकल माइल हो गया जी. कोस्टल में आपका 1 नॉटिकल माइल हो सकता है 20 मिनट्स. सो यू विल से टू सर्वेयर, सर सेफ पासिंग डिस्टेंस are as per our navigational policy of company. Did you
Yes.
get that or not?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you should also check until the other vessel is finally
Fast and clear.
fast and clear. Okay. तो ये जो दूसरा जहाज होता है, ये समझ लो कि लड़की की तरह होता है. जब तक उसकी शादी होके विदा नहीं हो जाती, तब तक your responsibility will be there on a lighter note, on a joke part. So वैसे ही एक जहाज है, जब तक वो finally fast and clear नहीं हो जाता, तब तक it will be your responsibility. Okay, understood. Now, last में ये बोलता है, if you want to allow yourself more time, right? If you want to allow her more time, you can reduce speed. You can slack her speed. Slack her speed. Okay? Or you can also take all your way off. Take all your way off. Or you can also go for reverse propulsion. Okay, so if you want to allow you more time, so there are two conditions for that. अगर आपको ज्यादा समय चाहिए, allow you more time. Okay, or if you want to avoid collision, so you should slack speed, take all her way off, or you can also do a stern propulsion. Do whatever you want. Bottom line is you should not get into risk of collision, or you should not get into collision. ठीक है जी? Okay, so you can switch on your cameras now. I just want to stop the lecture now for a time being. Uh, we will start with tomorrow 8F part first, second, and third, because that is very important, the interpretation. And then we will take it from there, narrow channel and TSS. We will try to spend enough time on that because 90% of the situations will come from there itself. ठीक है जी. So thank you very much for your session and your time. I hope it made sense to you, and I can put like some valuable points, or maybe you were knowing these points before also, but my job is to just we have to revise also. So how did you like this session? Was good?
It was good, sir.
Yes, it was helpful actually.
Okay. Brian?
Quite interactive, sir. Good.
Okay. चलिए तो कल I'll see you 9 o'clock. Now the vaccination is done, so we'll abide by our timings.
Okay, sir. Okay.
All right. Okay.
Okay, ji. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.